Shout out to the dub. Hey,
watch this.
Hey, number one dub.
Watch
Next, football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hugs, put it in work, go good. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach Carter stuck on the scene, giving advice, he knew what he mean. Jay Mack, he be on the scene, rocking the gear, it's so clean. We rise and go easy, off the easy, push easy. With my steppers, our special guests, making picks and so easy. Trying to win, we so greedy. All our fans are so needy, cause they need to hear them talk about that club. We do it for the dub. 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 That TF dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That TF dub.
Welcome to the Dub, the number one high school podcast starring Pat Botizi, Jeremy McInnes, Coach Carr, and Brian Riser.
Well, all right. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to the number one talk show. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out.
On to the next round. Salute. Get ready.
Dub salute. Hey.
Boobie, baby.
I sell, I share, I bag, I seal, I swag, that Gucci, that look, for real, it nuts, it mouth, my mains, it is, the thing, under, it's Louis, it kills, I sell, I bag, I seal, I swag, that Gucci, that look, for real, it nuts, my mains, it is, the thing, it's Louis, it kills. So high up off this dope, I need a parachute, a man is in the coop, it's filled with residue. I got my dogs with me, and now I let them loose. I tell the cops lies, cause I can't tell the truth. I'm rocking Louis sandals, my son got on Louis pampers. So many Gucci sandals, my house smell like Gucci candles.
Hey, Dub salute, baby. We lit tonight, man. J-Mac, yeah, I know J-Mac in the green room. I got lights flashing on my head for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Episode 117, the Dub High School Podcast in the building.
We here though.
We here, man.
Hey, even B-Rise in a different room. Where you at, B-Rise?
Hey man, we made it's compromise Wednesday. Don't
tell me you got kicked out the kitchen.
My kid, man, they want to eat in the kitchen now. I say, come on, where y'all want to eat in the kitchen?
Oh man, y'all eating like a family, like the Waltons.
Yeah, they ain't gonna eat in the kitchen like Grady Bunch.
Oh,
man.
Hey, it looks like you in a cool room anyway, man. I don't know what room that is. That might be
the right there.
Yeah.
You gotta get you one of these light bulbs, B-Rise, for your study, man. You gotta get you one. I got this from Target.
Oh shit, I'm gonna get one of them.
All right. I actually got one too. I got on my other computer on the other side of the office. I'm gonna have to start pulling mine.
This is gonna be it, man. I'm setting vibes all from now on. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Boom, boom, room, god dog. Look at that.
Look at that.
Hit you with the blue. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Hit you with the red. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this how we going, dog. This how we going.
Well, I like that green, boy.
Oh, look.
I need that one, Pat.
Look, anytime J-Mac shut down the show, that's what y'all gonna get for now on. That was a light. That was light right there. That was light work. That ain't what J-Mac normally do, but yeah, we will have technical difficulties that interrupt the show sometimes and might possibly shut the show down. But man, if it ain't be, it's your boy Bo, episode 117 of the Dub, and we rolling, baby. It's 2024. Look, we got a lot of guests coming up and stuff, but we got a special guest tonight. Lee Feaster. He's going to be talking about the number one wide receiver in the class of 2027. the receiver that Mr. 51 offers and counting. And you know, when Moore was that guy, you know, we had his mama on the show. We had to have a show with his mama on here, and she represented. Now we got Papa Feaster on here, and he gonna represent for the 5-star receiver, Boobie Feaster. So we're gonna have him on tonight. We're gonna talk a lot of stuff, man. We're gonna talk NILs. We're gonna talk recruiting, all that good stuff, and see where he's at, man. And I actually have some questions about off-season work that I want to kind of put out there as well. In light of
and a little 7-on-7 talk, right?
Yeah, 7-on-7. Yeah, in light of Decorian, boy, Decorian must be bionic or something, bro, because that dude worked so hard. He played way too many 7-on-7 games, in my opinion. Then he went out there to Hawaii and damn near got his back broke. Damn near got his whatever. On that play, man. I didn't like that. Sometimes I feel like, man, you got the bird in the hand, man. Just go ahead, go to college, and live happily ever after, boy. Cause Travis Hunter was hunting out there, bro. He trying to take my boy out.
I ain't gonna even lie. I'm like, come on now. I'm like, damn. I said, you don't got your money. Let my little homie get his now. Come on, bro.
No, for real, bro. Like, yeah, that was some hate. I don't know what that was, bro. That was wild.
Yeah, that did piss me off, dog. Like, goddamn, my little homie, he trying to get his. You got yours.
Yeah, you got yours, Travis. You got that big ass smile on your face every 5 seconds that fill up the whole screen.
Yeah,
so you good.
He got a rolling block his old lady. Anyway, what we talking about? What we talking about?
Man.
Hey, but before we go there, man, I want to give kudos to Coach Todd, man. He came through big time for me at the Heisman event. That mug was live, bro. We had a gigantic room, and that room was filled like nobody. It wasn't even room at the tables for people to see. We had to bring in extra chairs, but Coach Todd brought them out. Gave a great speech, man, and then we gave out all these beautiful shiny awards and stuff like that. As you can see, that gigantic room was packed. Man, but kudos, man. Last year we had Biotti from Desoto come speak, and when we had the Heisman ceremony last year, and now Coach Todd this year. I love it, man. I love when these guys come and pour into these babies, man. All them coaches that were in the room, the youth coaches, they were lit. They were extremely happy to have Coach Todd in the room. We're going to kind of go over the top 25. They say we don't talk basketball. We're going to touch on it a little bit. Me and B. Rise was kind of looking at this. I also put it in our group chat. But one thing that stood out to me, and look, I ain't going to lie, I don't cover a lot of basketball. I actually, one of my homies' nephew plays for Kimball. He swear he's the next Ja Morant. So I'm supposed to be going to watch a Kimball game with him tomorrow night to see what the hype is about that kid. But one thing that stood out to me in this list, boy, I don't see no Waxahachie, man. Waxahachie is normally a top-notch basketball team.
They guys left.
You say everybody what?
They left. The top 2 guys left.
Where'd they go to? Faith Family?
One went to Faith Family. The other one went to California somewhere.
Good Lord. Bro. And then you on to California, and them wildfires gonna bring you right back to Texas. God,
right. Not just that, it's a San Antonio team #1 in the state.
How's that?
What's really going on
now? Like they football ain't worth nothing, but they can hoop.
They can hoop.
All them mulattoes.
No doubt. And shout out to Allen. I know Allen had a really good team. I saw them play on TV earlier. Heckman, Harrison, and all them on Channel 8, they were covering the game. Great game. I think they were playing Plano East, as a matter of fact, and they whooped up on old Plano East that game. So shout out to them. Duncanville, alma mater, sitting at 4. Lancaster making no. I heard Lancaster beat Duncanville the other night.
Yeah, girls and boys, they got their lick back.
And they beat them at home. No,
they beat them at DV. God, dog. Yeah, so and how is Lancaster then still behind Duncanville with a better record?
They just played yesterday.
Okay, so yeah, that's not updated. So yeah, shout out to them. I don't see anything else on the list that surprises me. Shout out to Horn for being on the list. And I'll be tripping out when them teams be like 16 and 11 or 18 and 13, but they be like the number 2 team in the state and all that type of stuff. I'll be tripping out on that. Like, as I say, I'm not in that world, but I'm gonna try to get out there a little bit more. 5A. We got, I guess, is this Corpus Christi veterans? That's a shocker. They undefeated, 31-0. I guess they can prove down there as well.
Well, look, you know what? I'm trying to see, man. It's 5A. Where's Sock at? I thought Sock had a nice little squad this year. Who'll be better?
Man, you're right. I don't see Sock on the list. I see Red Oak on the list. So
Red Oak always got something B-ball.
Yeah, but man, I'm shocked. I don't see Sock on the list. We got a little mid-low action. Do we have anybody from your hood, B-Rise? Is there any? Okay, yeah, we got Mansfield Summit and number 3.
Lake Ridge is on 6A, I know.
Oh, yeah, we were number 3 on 6A.
Okay. Lake Ridge got a little something. So, yeah, man, our colony, hey, they good in football and basketball, I guess. Damn. Okay, yeah. We'll move on to 4A. Dallas Kimball and Carter, that's really what it's about. So Carter got rid of Faith Family only to have to deal with Kimball now.
but the good news is I think Carter will go D2. So they might have to see him.
Damn, they got a D2 and 4A?
Yeah, in basketball, they all switched up. I know B-Rise got opinions about that, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I was talking about it Sunday on Lab, but no, we didn't have a show.
Well, we talk about it Sunday if you want.
No, we talk about it now, but come on, but in basketball has always been a 1 classification. Going to 2 classification in basketball, now that's really just watered that down completely, man.
I agree. Now they're handing out
really watered down, like golly.
They hand out participation awards because the 4A and 5A schools, they play 6A schools in the regular season. So basketball is one of them sports where the classification doesn't matter on certain levels. You can have a 4A team that can beat a 5A team and so on and so on. But hey, we got people in the comments. Matt said that Corpus Christi has a couple of big time D1 guys, so they way down there on the beach kicking it down there. Yeah, so hey, we got some basketball heads in here. Lake Ridge beating D-Ville in the playoffs. Watch.
You already watch.
Yeah. B-Rod said, y'all already know. All right, good deal. Lamont, we didn't say it's a rerun. This is 2025, sir. We rolling. All right. So with that being said, that's about all the basketball we're gonna get unless y'all guys gonna ask any questions. I do have a question. We got some trivia. The first person that can tell me who this looks like gets a Dub t-shirt. Who they look like? You gotta squint. Who does that look like?
Know.
Yeah. I saw this today, boy. This had me rolling. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, you got to squint to look at it, but it do look just like them too.
But I know one thing, they better shut their ass up. He gonna sign another executive order on their ass. He gonna sign another executive order. They gonna be crying.
Hey, Coach.
He said Steve Harvey.
That's what it look like. Squint your eye. That's exactly what it look like. Look just like
exactly what it look like.
I was talking about. I said Donald Trump. Damn, I'm sure. That is.
Damn. Yeah, you were way off the rails.
Oh, yeah, my bad, y'all. I just had me something to drink. My bad. My bad. I been reading my bad.
Hey, but with other than that, man, anything on basketball before we bring in on Mr. Lee Feaster?
That's a good 7 minutes. That's good enough.
Actually, I think Coach G got it first. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, Coach G got it
Coach
first.
G, yeah, Coach G got it right. Damn, it took me a bit of 15 seconds to get that right there. That didn't take long at all.
Hey, Coach G, DM one of us from the show with your shirt size. We got you, bro. We'll do one a week or whatever. We'll put out some funny stuff out there and let y'all try to figure that out. Without further ado, man, the 5-star, one of the best athletes in the city, maybe the best receiver that's ever walked through DeSoto. Gotta be with all the offers he got.
don't just stand over here after he drug him in the end zone like 10 yards.
What's that?
I said, did that guy on that thing, he stood over Boobie after Boobie drug him like 10 yards into the end zone. Did y'all see that?
No, I think that he was tripping. He was tripping. He was tweaking. Coach, hold up. Lee, something's going on with your, I think that's your connection.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but there's a lot of static with it. Are you on your phone or computer?
Nah, I'm on my phone. That's probably the rain and hail in the background.
Yeah, it kind of stopped.
Yeah, it seems like it don't happen when we're talking. When he's talking.
Clear your browser out for us, Lee, real quick, and then pop back in.
Yeah, clear your browser out, all the stuff you got open on your computer, phone, on your phone, hear that, and then pop back in.
Okay.
Appreciate you, sir. Yeah. All right, we'll get that uploaded in a second and stuff, but I'm excited.
That video, dog, that tripped me out. Like, he drugged up 10 yards, and then dude stood over him.
You want me to replay it? It's the last video?
It's like towards the end. Yeah, that video a while ago.
Okay, here we go. Let's go.
My turn, 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 come on, 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 rock, 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 come on, rock, 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 come on.
He got drugged. He got drugged to the end zone, and they try to stand over him like he did something.
Boy, there had to be a mental disorder.
Hey, Dub, salute.
Oh man, he fresh to death with that.
What's up, fellas? Man, hey, stand up right quick. Let's see what we got on the front of this shirt.
He go to a concert.
Oh shit, little Oak Cliff native. Little Oak Cliff on it,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we do. We out here doing our thing. We out here.
Hey, we got a dub hang coming up, so I actually do need a couple of 2X Oak Cliff shirts in different colors.
You gonna make it this weekend, Willow?
What day is that?
Saturday.
Well, here's the thing, fellas. As an undefeated soccer coach, head coach. We play our games on Saturday. I think the game may be at 10, so yeah, we may be able to make it. But then shortly thereafter, I got to go to I got a flag football for girls. Head coach. So we out here making moves. We doing our thing. We winning.
Win.
We winning, baby. We winning. Going undefeated, and 10 below weather is diabolical. I tell you.
That's tough. Well, hey, Lee, I don't know if it can't be the phone. You must be in the boom room or something. There's something.
No, man, it's quiet in here.
You might need to move to another room of the house where we show getting them little echoes. I mean, y'all hear it?
Yeah,
it's only when we talk. Yeah.
Can y'all hear it in the chat? If y'all hear it in the chat, say you can hear it. Cause if they can't hear it, we can just keep on. We just have to put up with it.
Okay. Somebody say we want to see Boobie.
Man,
check it behind to the 7-on-7 game.
You can't pull it. You can't pull him off the game right now.
Oh man. Hey,
he on the game with Tiger now.
Oh, they in there playing with Tiger now?
Yeah, he on the game with Tiger and the rest of them. So,
well, hey, tell them the unfortunate thing is they got Lee. It's Lee Feaster tonight. That's who you got right there.
Yeah, it'll work. Yeah, we want it. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted.
That's what we wanted.
Well, I got a problem with these Desoto parents that doggone internet. They need to do something about this.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with my internet.
Y'all got these big time recruits. Y'all need to get an NIL deal for Spectrum.
Hey, I got the same AT&T you got.
I don't have AT&T, so that's where you're wrong.
I got it, but I know I'm on my laptop though.
Man, look, this internet is catching nails right now, bro. We struggling with the internet, but we gonna fight through it.
Do I
All
need
right.
to go?
Lee,
Man,
hey, Lee,
I can go
do
grab
you?
my laptop if need be, man.
Well, no, here's the thing. Do you have another device that you're using that's open to this that you logged in on?
No.
Because there's a lot of back. It really ain't your internet. It's more so your your feedback.
It's feedback is what it is.
So do you got headphones? You got some headphones you can throw on?
Yeah.
Yeah, throw those on. Looking like Gerald Levert.
And hell, you look like Eddie.
I'm here for it, son. I'm here for it.
Oh Lord, we're gonna get a J Mac alert in a minute, and it ain't gonna be J Mac fault.
Me and Romeo ain't never been friends.
I'm just saying.
Oh man, wait a minute.
That right there.
Is that better?
Much better.
But yeah, we good now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got action. Okay.
Now, see, I asked you about the headphone set when we first came on.
I know, and we was having the static when you first came on, but it was coming when you was talking. But now we're good.
Yeah,
I think
I got you.
Got you. All right. Well, man, welcome to the show, episode 117. You know, you got one of the most decorated kids in DFW, and man, how does it feel? You know, Mr. 51 offers and count. How does it feel with all that stuff coming in, all the mail, all the calls, all that stuff? Did y'all get a new phone line?
Actually, man, they've been calling me to the school and meeting with me and my wife, all of us. So I mean, and actually today it became number 52 with Ohio State.
Woo!
Okay, that's that bullshit. That's that bullshit.
Wait a minute. Did we get Michigan? Did we get a Michigan offer?
Hey, I already know he was gonna say something on that one.
Out of all his offers, that's the only one I don't respect.
Hey.
Man. Out of all these offers. But hey,
yeah, he need to go to Morgan State before he go to Ohio State.
Hey, thank you for the offer.
Morgan better get their collective up.
Hey, Morgan did offer.
Yeah.
Because I was the first one. Yeah. Popped it off. He was in the 8th grade.
Number 2, right after UIW. You called and offered him.
Yeah.
He was actually 7th grade going into 8th.
Yeah. That's how long we've been doing this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so let's talk. Let's kind of revert back to the season. So, you know, there was talk in the city that Boobie was getting underutilized this season. But then you look at the stats and he got 13 touchdowns. So it looked like he got plenty utilized. How did it feel? Was it enough for your liking or whatever? I mean,
he had 14 touchdowns, but then at the same time it wasn't enough. But it is what it is. I mean, hey, he a receiver, and I told him that before he came to that side. You know, at the end of the day, neither one of our receivers was getting fully utilized like they, you know, need to be. But it was what it was. You know, that's life. You chose to be a receiver.
That's Desoto, right? Because not only do you have great receivers, you got great running backs.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely right. But you know, the offensive changed in a year because you got to understand that he was there his freshman year, and we had 2,000-yard receivers, and still had a 600-yard receiver and a 300-yard receiver. So you know, that's a lot of change to go from there to neither one of them had 1,000 yards.
Well, let's be honest. Let's call this what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody can say what they want to say. Y'all had the MVP, DJ Bailey, pulling the trigger.
Yep.
Correct.
All right, things change, but that's the beauty. That's the thing. Like I don't think people truly understand that because it works two ways. Because as a quarterback, people will say, "Oh, he got all these great receivers. He's supposed to do that." But
Well,
another
I'm
quarterback
gonna
comes
ask
in.
this. I'm gonna ask this. I don't even want to talk about the quarterback. I ain't go because I don't
Well,
want
I
to get
mean,
into
you
them
ain't got to talk
questions.
about it. You ain't got to talk about it, Lee. But
Yeah,
let's be honest. If we're gonna have a conversation, if we're talking about receivers, you can't talk about a receiver without talking about the quarterback. When the discussion is talking about production,
yeah, yeah.
That's true.
okay. So let's just call it what it is. It goes to show you the value and what DJ brought to that team.
Oh
But
no,
the
you're
thing,
absolutely right.
the thing is though that's kind of cool about it is it's like this. You can look at what's my man that came out of Alabama, the big receiver, the one that kind of like popped everything off.
Julio.
Julio. If you look at Julio wasn't putting up massive numbers.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was in a play action type system. Qualities and intangibles you can't coach. Boobie already has those qualities and intangibles that you can't coach.
Correct.
He is not going to be in a production based. He's not going to be judged on production because a coach looking at him could sit there and tell you, well, they lost their quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the same quarterback. It is what it is.
And I'm good with that because at the end of the day, most of those 2,000 yards, even with Tiger, they come on his side because Boobie's aggressive enough to block anybody in front of him, and that's so I don't mind it. I'm one of
Yeah.
those fathers that like shit. Hey man, you got off that block. Did you see him drive that nigga out of bounds? I'm there. I'm him. So when it comes to all the extras, I don't really stress about it unless he stress about it. And you've coached him before. You know he don't even stress like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, again, and I always say that the thing that made him so special, that makes him so special, why I love him so much, is more of him as a person and a player. You know what I'm saying? I think him as a person, and I remember I forgot where we was at, Lee, but we was standing there and he started feeling himself. And I kind of looked at him like, man, who the fuck you talking to? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he kind of like, my bad. You know what I'm saying? And then every interaction with him it's always been positive. It's always been heartfelt. You know what I mean? And I love the kid because of who he is as a person. That's why I don't necessarily think that his production right now is ever going to be an issue. Because, if it's the production and that's just his selfishness wanting to put up numbers. But again, when you look at a receiver, you want to see a receiver that has that same amount of hunger to catch the ball as he does blocking. You know what I'm saying? And that's key. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at him, man, I'm gonna say this to you, Lee. And I'll say it to you numbers time, man. You and your wife has done a phenomenal job with him. Y'all got an outstanding young man. You know what I'm saying? And just you know what I'm saying, and how y'all been going about this and handling this has been A1 for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, so let me throw this in here. And the reason I brought up the production because even though I asked that for a reason because he scored 13, 14 touchdowns on about 58 receptions. He had a touchdown every 4 touches. That's ridiculous. So the production is way up there for the amount of touches that he actually had.
Right.
So that shows you the value right there. It doesn't matter if it's in a small vacuum or a large sample size. He's gonna show up and do what he do.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
All right, I got 2 things real quick, and I'll pass it around to the gentleman. One thing when DeCorian Moore was out there, that's my guy. You know, he played in my youth league. He got his first offer in my league. And one thing that I was like, I always would cringe at is like, man, I feel like he's overworking. I used to get on my own son who played at Duncanville, Desoto. I used to tell him, bro, you overworking. Like, you won't get stress fractures. You just and I feel like when they go on that 707 circuit, man, they're playing in every tournament. They're doing all this. They're doing all that. Do you get nervous about the overworking because he's got the bird in the hand, and it's like he don't even really need 7 as much.
he doesn't do 7-on-7 as much as people think he does. Like for instance, you have a tournament a month. Lately, well, you're gonna have 2 this month, but I mean, besides that, he trains with D-Rob. He has his own personal massage therapist that he can go um, to deal with a lot of the things. So I mean, as far as overworking, he working over at Desoto it's not. We have to set him down sometime. I'll put it like that. We do have to set him down sometimes because he wants to work. Even with DK, him and DK worked out, together. So they want to work. It's a different mindset, man.
Right. And I feel that because my sons are the same way, and I just be like, man, you guys, they're great. They're gonna be great. Sometimes I feel like, I think that's why coaches like kids playing other sports because it works other muscles and the different mentality and all that type of stuff. Maybe go play basketball, do something else. But man, I see sometimes I'll be feeling like our guys overtrained. They're gonna be great. They got the natural talent. Maybe some kids do have to overtrain, but that kind of worries me from time to time. Like when I saw DeCorian out in Hawaii playing in a meaningless game, he already got the Oregon and the NIL and all that. So, that type of stuff makes me nervous.
He already got it, but you don't know what went on the backside of that. They paid for that trip. There are some things that possibly given on the backside of that. I mean, he's at college level, so a lot of things like Ethan is invited to the same Polynesian Bowl already, for that next year. So it's things on the back end that I can't.
What, the family trip?
I mean, it's Hawaii here. I mean, why
yeah.
And they're gonna take advantage. They're gonna take advantage of that.
As they should.
Even with the UA game, the same thing. And the colleges understand that. That's like, we spoke with a couple of colleges the other day. Alabama, when they came down, they said, man, we know you're invited to the Polynesian Bowl. We know you're invited to the UA Bowl, and if you come out early, we don't mind you going to play those bowls and everything. One of them even suggested getting insurance or what have you. So I mean,
absolutely,
it's one of those things. They understand it. They understand it.
Did Courtney Morgan come down there and see you?
Did who?
Courtney Morgan from Alabama. Did he?
Man, what's that coach name? It was the receiver coach though.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it was the receiver coach. He popped through. Kind of changed my son top 12 around.
Top 12.
Yeah,
top 12.
Ohio State came in and changed the top 12 around. I'm like, all right now.
You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
No,
it won't change no more.
Yeah, well, he's just being foolish with that Ohio State.
Hey, I got one more thing.
Hey, his goal is a little different from normal kids. Since he was 8 years old, he had on his phone different checklists, and he's been checking off. But his goal is to be a 7-time All-Pro and a Hall of Fame recipient. So it's not just to make it to the NFL. So you want to go where you got the best chances to be able to, go in the league and last like that.
No doubt.
Who got the history of doing that. And not saying, oh, he'll go to the Ohio State, because I give you a little hint. Hell, he don't even want to play in cold weather.
Woo. Talk that talk.
Well, he let me say this, okay?
ACC receiver.
Yeah, and let me say that. Yeah, he sounds like Louisiana, but let me say this.
Or Florida.
It's definitely.
To be honest, he loves A&M.
All right.
It could be anywhere.
Well, you just said putting receivers in the league and playing at the next level, so I don't necessarily think A&M is that. But
A&M ain't even in that zip code.
Hey,
no.
He like USC too.
Yeah, same.
So Riley might not be there.
Right. So here's what I'm gonna say. Playing in cold weather would benefit him more than playing in the SEC, and this is why. There are probably 70% of the NFL teams in cold weather cities.
Yep.
Yeah.
You might as well get used to it.
Yeah.
And then you see the Big Ten. The Big Ten put out a hefty amount of receivers.
Flip side of it, like Jamar Chase told him when he was training with him, you just deal with it when you get there.
But that's true too. But that's if you come. That's if you coming out of LSU.
Yeah, you're right.
That's wide receiver you. If we gonna be honest,
it's still gonna get cold. Now it ain't gonna be always hot at LSU. They had a cold moment.
Oh, there are many times it get colder. It's many times it get colder there than they do other places.
Yeah, but not doing. But
water. Yeah, that water.
Because that water, that cold is coming off that water.
Yeah, but that ain't.
I mean, it ain't.
Well, it ain't like that. It ain't like that in November, December. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like he when he did with the cold in Louisiana, it's in the off season.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so and I mean, and plus, if you don't plan on playing in the playoffs, shit, you be all right.
No doubt. I got one more, and I'm gonna pass it to J-Mac. I know J-Mac had some NIL stuff, but how many college trips are y'all gonna take? How much free food, free trips, a bunch of gear, photo shops? How many y'all do?
Hey man, we doing well. We know we got several spring games and stuff. I mean, spring practices to go to. We don't too much care for the spring games. Doesn't show the real. So we'll go to the spring games. Therefore, he can sit in the receiver rooms. He can be on the side, actually see exactly what's going on, get in offense and stuff like that. But I know we're supposed to be going. We're probably going to set up about 5 or 6 trips. There may be some stuff coming up that I'm not at liberty to discuss right now, but I'll tell you once it gets here.
Well, I got something I want to discuss with you that I think it'll be very beneficial to him, and to you as well. He has an opportunity. I want to extend an invitation to him. I would like to do it personally. But I have a unique opportunity for him to go to Tampa, Florida, spend 3 days with the NFLPA, with NFL players, and play satellite football, which is their 7-on-7 version, with NFL teams.
When is this?
In March. The 21st through the 23rd. We're doing their uniforms for the NFLPA satellite football.
Okay, we'll discuss it once we get off of here, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he was the first one. Well, there's a few of them I thought of because they told me I could pick 6 that I want.
Okay. Yeah, once we get off here, man, we'll sure discuss that, man.
And then the other thing too is they're having sessions for NILs.
Cool. I mean, we have a company that we're dealing with. We're actually dealing with the same company Juju and DJ Lagway dealt with, and I guess you guys wanted to ask me some questions. I'm gonna let you ask me those questions before I even segue into that.
Yeah, go ahead, man. That's all I want to say. Go ahead, J-Mac.
I appreciate that, bro.
Can you really? I guess as far as with NIL, it seems like you're pretty familiar with the NIL, and I mean, you don't got to answer, you don't want to, but how much is the NIL going to affect your decision? I mean, this hypothetical, Miami, NIL did back too, but he want to go somewhere else, and how much does NIL playing a part in the decision making?
I think that's where the confusion is. You mean how much the collective is going to affect my decision? Because NIL, we're making sure he's going to be good on the NIL side. There's companies, even if say if they go ahead and flip the switch in Texas, you have companies, um, actually about 7 of them right now, who are ready to give him an NIL deal, based on his true likeness. And I don't think that people understand high school NIL is not like um, college NIL. You can't pay for a player to come here. In high school NIL, is really based on that kid likeness. If Ozarka wants to come in and have this kid as their ambassador, he's getting paid for his likeness. Or if Leaf, the card company, comes in and they want this kid sponsor so many signatures, they'll pay him for his likeness and they'll sell his football card or what have you. That's how that works. How some schools, I'm not gonna say what names of the schools, but y'all know a few of them up north. How they want the NIL to work. They want the NIL to work like the collective. We can pay this kid to come here. But what they fail to understand is that with the UIL in place, if you're transferring, it will still be for football purposes if you get an NIL to some school. You understand what I'm saying? So it will, in a sense, stop them from being able to do that. But if they do it like true high school NIL, it's basically for that kid likeness. Now, your school can benefit from you, like there's a Schultz deal that is possibly in place if he was to get NIL. Desoto would possibly benefit from it because they'll possibly give the whole team helmets based on his likeness. Stuff like that. But I mean, people just not understanding what true NIL. But to answer your question, would it make a difference? Well, like I said, we're going to make sure his NIL is good. So whatever school he goes to, like I've told him and sat down and had the discussion with a lot of coaches, you know who he is, you know what his rank is, you know what the stars are. Hey, pay him what he's worth. Be fair with him. With him. But at the same time, that final decision is not going to be based on money. The final decision is, are you able to get him to that next level?
Yes, sir. I know.
What is that? Hey, go ahead. I'm sorry, Big Ross.
Willow made a comment. It was a while ago, and I want to get your opinion on it. And I actually agree with Willow. He said something to the extent where kids coming out of middle school, based on this NIL, could possibly affect the high school they go to as well, because you see a DeSoto, Duncanville, you see kids, getting these NIL deals. They don't want to go there instead of going to, a school that's not so established. You said something like that, Willow?
Yeah.
And I said it makes perfect sense though. I mean, like you said, you see what Duncanville doing, they got 2 million there as soon as they graduate high school, vice versa. So
three.
My bad, 3.
But I mean, that's just based on what that'll be silly of a parent to me, because that's if they don't do their homework. Part of that was because they had a great agent. Part of that, they had a great agent to be able to help them get that. So it wasn't, because they went to Duncanville, they got that. So if a parent follow that narrative, they went to Duncanville, they're going to get that would be ignorant of their parent.
Well, they doing it now anyway, Lee. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Schools like Duncanville, DeSoto, Sock, like those schools are always going to stack up because the rich get richer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think once you add in that NIL, it is going to make. Here's the bottom line, man. Parents, winners, everybody want to go with winners. Like, and you got to understand why, because at the end of the day, it enhances your opportunities for success. Now, if you're a person who is not competitive, then yes, it's going to cause you some great issues and strains on that kid. But if it's
Correct.
a kid that got the talent and loves to compete, then going to a school like that is great. I mean, it was like when we was at Carter, man. Everybody wanted to go to Carter.
But
You
I
know, it's
think
just what it
how
was.
even with that, I don't think people wonder how the kids get great, man, and how they would they would be amazed at how much us as parents, even MJ, how much we really sacrifice for these kids to.
Oh, absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
such a crazy man. I calculated 2 years in a row, man. I spent literally 30 grand per year dealing with him in football.
Wow.
30 grand per year dealing with him in football. That was between training, that was between him going to get cryo, him going to get, man, we went to Florida so much. It was, man, I got tired. I hate Florida right
Yeah, and I'd have bought so many plates. You know,
I, I,
I done met
hey,
you in so many parking lots to get a plate. That I know I supported them, but but
shoot.
Lee, honestly though, honestly, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
No, that's what you're supposed to do. But what ends up happening, man, you have a lot of parents and you have a lot of even kids. They are envy these kids and they don't know what we put in on the back end. They
Yeah,
don't know how
that's
much them kids they don't know how much them kids work to get where they are.
the thing that I think that helped Boobie out a lot, and you as well, is that you had your kids around like-minded kids,
Yes.
and I think that's huge. You know what I mean? For him being able to see the people that came before him, to go off and have success that he been playing with or watching play when he was 10, they might have been 12. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To see that, and then for you as a parent to recognize his skill set. You know what I'm saying? And to nourish that and to develop that. That's an investment that's going to pay off. You don't want that back. You don't want
Nah.
no money from them. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it because you want the best opportunity for your child to live his best life. And let's be honest. This is for anybody who's listening to it. Say what you want to say. These kids now are in a position to come out as 18 years old and have life-changing money for their family
That's a blessing.
at 18.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And if you think about it, let's God, I'm like, man, I was number one player in the country. I was player of the year in the state of Texas. Number one player in my position in the country. Number one player in the state of Texas. All American in high school. Like, what could we have been able to do
Yeah.
coming out? You understand what I'm saying? So to see our young men have an opportunity to change their family's life, I think that is absolutely amazing. And I
Yeah.
think with you, the way you're going about doing it is putting people around him that's not only going to allow him to maintain that level, but B. Ross could tell you, man, just having good people around you that got your back, man, it's amazing what you could
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
do.
It's absolutely amazing, man, because and what a lot of people don't understand, and I seen it early in him, but I coached Tre'Davious White when he was younger. I coached Mo Claiborne when he was younger. So, I seen it early in them. So to see it in my son was a little different because his brother had already came through. And I'm like, okay, he was good, but he didn't want it. Ethan wanted it. His mindset was different from younger. So, to see it and to really groom him, man. Hell, I played corner. I played DB. I could teach a DB. I
No,
could
you
teach
can't.
you any damn thing on
Use a
defense.
nose guard.
Who? I was his size when I was younger, man.
Use a
I ain't
nose
started
guard.
gaining weight till
What
I ain't started gaining weight till I turned 33, 34.
Well, we need to tell Boo we need to keep working out.
Hey, 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 you gonna stay on him, man. Gonna stay on them. But I mean, just to see that in them, man. You know, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them.
So what do DeSoto got to do? You know, y'all took a bad loss, you know, to Long Relay. So what do DeSoto got to do, to get that spot back, to get back to state, to defend that title? In your opinion,
man. I mean, it's gonna have to be understanding grind. Everybody gonna have to buy in. This year, everybody didn't buy in. You know, you had too many selfish people who were, and it was the crazy part. It was a lot of the people that came in who were selfish. It wasn't the culture that was there. Even though we had one or two who was there, and they always thought about themselves, but the ones that came in, it just, I mean, to be real, they were selfish minded, and they felt like they had already arrived just because they were on the DeSoto team, and they didn't really work for it like everybody else worked for it. So it was a different. They didn't really buy into the culture. You know,
that makes all the sense in the world to me.
Yeah.
But see, that's
it was like it was given. It was like the throne was given to them. They didn't earn it.
See, that's the, how can I say that, man? Like, that's the gift, and it goes to college, right? So when I was a recruiting coordinator, in the transfer portal, I never liked the transfer portal. I never liked it for several reasons. One is, if you don't have a culture that can handle those type of kids, right? So, like, I always say this, and people look at me like I'm crazy, right? They say there's no I in team, but there's actually an I in team. It really is, because the team is a group of individuals working together for a common goal. So when you have a group of kids coming together for a common goal, they're working towards one thing. You never take their individuality away. You know what I mean? But if you look at kids and you talk to them and you tell them, "Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that," their personal goals are always aligned with the team goals.
With the team
at
goals,
the end of the
correct.
And I think that a team like DeSoto, a culture like DeSoto, you have to have people who have been in that system for more than 1 year to be able to have an opportunity to embrace that system.
Exactly.
Because it is different. I don't think you can come in as a senior and expect that person to come in and immediately have a profound impact on the team and or the culture, unless they're very selfless people, right? So I think, again, it's one of those things where when you're looking at your quarterback, you ideally would like to have had your quarterback in your system, even if it's on freshman JV, for at least 2 to 3 years, and they understand how things work. So I think when we talk about transfers and we talk about people coming from one program going to another program, they bring whatever it is that made them special, they bring it with them, but they also bring a sense of entitlement because of the success that they've had in the past.
Correct. And quarterback is one of those positions. You're absolutely right. I don't feel like you can bring a senior in there and be successful. Not you have to show that to me at quarterback. Now, any other position is a lot easier, but at quarterback it's too much to translate. It's too much to go through. It's too much learning where the zones are. Learning if they haven't taught you that from whence you came, and you come into a school that's used to having somebody to do that, I mean, it's hard to fit that mold.
And it's hard to open your playbook up like you want to.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
So then you see yourself dumbing down the playbook to be able to fit that person versus that person fitting your offense.
Well, what they should have dummied down was that defense.
But yeah. No, they should have
So,
allowed some offensive players to play defense both ways.
man, somebody should have did something.
But that's hey, that's neither here nor there.
Well,
Hey,
I mean, since we talking about it, Lee. I mean, we talking.
well, we didn't. Hey, our linebackers was weak, man. I couldn't deal. People were blaming on the secondary didn't do this and this. Man, our weakest area was our linebackers.
Yeah.
If you notice, even on some of the passes where the linebackers was caught in coverage, and you know, do I feel like some changes should have been made on the coaching part? Yeah, in coverages and stuff, especially against Duncanville, but that's neither here nor there. Our
Yeah. Yeah.
linebacker core was absolutely weak because we went from having Jamari Layton, we went from having Booker, we went from having Wisner. That was
Who
the
was number
heartbeat of the defense.
who was number 10? He was number 10 last year. Not this
Last
past
year?
season, the state championship year. He's a linebacker.
No, you mean number 9.
Number 9. What was his name?
That
He
was
was short.
Jamari Layton. That was
He
Layton.
was short, right?
Sideline to sideline.
Man, that dude was a dog. He
He was
was
a
a
hunk.
dog.
And then you had
Man.
number 6. Number 6, everybody used to call, man, DeSoto's so undisciplined. But Bud, who is Trey Wisner's brother down in
Yeah.
Texas,
Yeah.
Bud was one of those kids. He was the attitude of the defense.
Bud was a dog.
You had to have him on the field, even though every once in a while he may get that 15-yard penalty, but he was gonna have a tackle for a loss. He was gonna have an interception. He was always gonna pop off and have a great game. There wasn't a game that he didn't have a great game, with the exception of probably about 2 games.
Yeah.
But the kid just had the attitude of a defense, like the I don't give a damn mentality. That's why the defense played so well that year. Remember when I said, oh man, we're gonna beat Duncanville? I'm telling you, the attitude is different.
Yeah.
Bud was the heart of that defense. This year you just didn't have nobody on that defense who had that attitude, and then some of the kids felt like they were entitled. Parents whining over, oh man, this and that. I'm like, come on, man, it's football. There were some games I felt like, oh, okay, damn, they should have threw Boobie the ball more or whatever. He was wide open, or Smooth was wide open, and hell, Dalen was wide open. But at the end of the day, hell, if no matter how many points we score, if you can't stop no damn body, it's a problem.
Hold on. Did you say score? J-Mac, did somebody score again?
Boosie just scored again.
Okay, all right. Okay, continue on, Lee.
No, I'm just saying, man, you got to be able to stop somebody, man.
Well, to DeSoto defense, Coach Miata did say that DeSoto lost their whole linebacker core on the show.
Yeah.
Like he said we lost our whole linebacker core. He did say that.
Yeah. And from year to year, it's a year-to-year proposition. Just because you want to stay 2 years in a row don't mean that third year that team, every team's taking an L somewhere. You losing players here, losing players there. You're just not gonna be as good, You lost someone.
But I also thought that they didn't do enough for their defensive line to free up taking on all those doubles that they was taking.
Yeah.
They didn't necessarily have to. It became to the point where we need to stop the defensive line. The linebackers, we don't really care. We can make a miss. You know what I mean? And I think once they start doing that and put pressure, because anytime you go to a 5-man front, you're doing it because you can't, because your box is not very good.
Correct.
And you're doing it to help. And when you bring in an extra lineman, you're either taking a linebacker off the field or you're going to have to take a DB off the field. Most of the time, you just take a linebacker off the field. But I think, that's something that I think needed to happen for them. And I think, let me ask you this, though, Lee. Coming up in that program, are there some young dogs coming through that we don't know about?
It's a few young ones. It's a few young ones. Include linemen. I think you're gonna really see your old boy shine, Gooch, this
Yeah,
year. Gooch,
yeah,
Gooch is
yeah,
gonna be Gooch. You
yeah,
know, LeBron's son is gonna be nice.
yeah.
I just need to get him to stay off of Facebook sometime.
Who
But
Lamont or his
Yeah,
son?
keep his daddy off
Lamont,
Facebook.
Lamont,
Lamar,
Shit, cause you know Lamont ain't getting off Facebook. Lamont wake up in the morning with his phone on Facebook.
sometimes, hey, I had to learn that, man. You can't shoot back every time something go wrong. You just can't. You
Well,
can't.
and
But
that's the
that's
other
my
thing
dog.
too, man. That's the other thing too, man. I mean, because from a recruiting standpoint, those things are important as well. Because you don't want no parent that's just gonna be,
Exactly,
you know what
because
I'm
they
saying?
recruit the
Because
parent big
yeah,
time.
absolutely. So, but I think and then you don't want to put undue attention on your son. Me, I don't care. Shit. Talk about my son. Do whatever you want to about him. That's cool. Because if he ain't playing at the level that he needs to be playing on, whatever you saying to him don't really matter. Because I already said it too.
Exactly.
So you know, I just think, man, for you, Lee, moving forward, what's next, man? I mean, is it we're gonna finish at DeSoto. We're excited about this year coming up. Is it a quarterback that we're excited about playing with? How's the off season going? Is there any, are they working together? Are they in the indoor facility getting it in? Are they catching 200 balls a day? Or, what are they doing to help with that chemistry moving forward from the
They're
quarterback
working.
position?
Yeah, they're working. I know some of them are in track right now as well, but they are working, um, and doing their thing on that side. I know Legend. He's working with DeMarco right now. They're trying to get the offense down, making sure that everything is set in place. Um, I feel like it's gonna be a good season, but it's gonna be on them for it to be a great season. It's gonna be on them for it to be a great season.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
That they're gonna have to make up in their mind, because folks can keep blaming the coaches, but you can only blame coaches so much, man. You really, and don't get me wrong, coaches can put you in a bad position, but when you got that damn opportunity, what did you do with it?
yeah. I agree. But I'm always blame coaches because that's our
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
Like I never blame a kid. You know what I mean? Because when we start talking about the kid indirectly, we're talking about a coach. You
Well,
know
I
what I
think
mean?
some of these parents are
Delusional,
how can I say delusional?
high strong,
Some
high strong.
Yeah, how strong don't like for instance, my son came off the game off let's see Lancaster game. He had 3 touchdowns. Everybody cheering this when he got in the car. I checked his ass because he missed the block. So as parents, we're a little different. When I sit up there and hear some of these parents, oh, they ain't do this and they ain't do this and
They
my
baby ain't
kid
did
was
nothing
able to
wrong.
do this. Like
Yeah,
sometimes like your child mess up.
yeah.
Your
Look.
child messes up.
No, for
Yeah,
real. I had a conversation with a DeSoto coach. I'm not gonna say who it was, but this was in week maybe 6 or 7 of the season. So
Yeah.
we right slap in the middle of the season. They said if this team does not win state, the parents are, tearing this team from within. So you mentioned in the parents several times, and then with the conversation I heard back on week 6 or 7, it all makes sense. It said we don't make it. These parents, it's so much division going on with parents and the structure. They
Man.
got to be all bought in and listening to the coaches. That's that old adage of, hey, don't look at the goddamn stands. The coaching is out here. Don't talk to your parent. Them and stand while the game going on. We coaching out here. You know what I'm saying? You got
Hey.
all that kind of fractured and stuff going on. And I heard it early in the season.
Hey, Carl, remember that
Yes,
year
sir.
with the dogs when we all broke up because some of the parents wanted to act the fool and their kid wasn't getting the ball and all of this extra stuff.
Yep.
That's it felt like damn Little League this year.
Well, so it's funny that you say that, Lee, because that's always been an MO of DeSoto, and their parents.
Man,
Here's
they were
here.
great last year, man.
Well,
Yeah, they
well,
was
because
they was
hold
they was
on, Lee. Let me say this. Y'all have, and it's not a bad thing, but this is why though. From Little League all the way up, how often have y'all ever lost?
Hey, my son, even counting before we moved out, total we've lost about 9 games, 11
Okay,
games. No, 11
okay.
games.
So take that dogs team, okay, for that 3-year stretch.
Yeah,
They probably didn't lose hardly ever,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So again, adversity introduces man to his true self. So
Correct,
you don't
correct.
know how people are going to respond. You don't know how people are going to act when things go wrong. And the first thing that we do is we always point the finger and we always blame others. And I'm saying this because I coach soccer, okay? And Lee, I'm gonna tell you this story, man. I absolutely know nothing about soccer. Okay, so let me just start there. Um, but it's part of the second coaching job that I had to do. So I go to the game. It's in the preseason. It was over the Christmas break. I saw the kids for the first time at a game. Okay, so we got beat 3-0. And apparently that's a blowout in soccer. I didn't know that. I just thought it was a field goal. We'll get back to
No,
that.
it's a beat down. That's a
Right. Listen. Hey, be rise. I didn't know that. Right. So that's how naive I am. Right. So outside of the fact that I get racially profiled when I go to these games because they look at this big black dude and be like, "You coach soccer?" I'm like, "Yeah." They say, "Well, let me see your ID. You a coach?" I'm like, "Yeah." I've just got on Seagoville stuff randomly going to a soccer game on a Saturday morning. Like, come on,
man.
people, like for real. But anyway, long story short, so Lee, we get there, and I'm saying this because during the course of that game, I couldn't yell at them, I couldn't fuss at them. 9 times out of 10, I don't know. So the only thing that I do know, which is how I coach in general, is I'm always going to encourage our kids, even when we're in adversity, even when we get blew out. It doesn't make sense for me to point fingers. It doesn't make sense for me
Correct.
to belittle them. It's at that particular point, we need to figure out what's going on. Let's get through this game. We'll go back, we'll figure it out, and we'll keep working, right? So we had a game the next day, we lost the next day, right? But we only lost by 2 the next day. So we got better. So we're going to the season, we're in district, and now I'm undefeated in the district. You know what I'm saying? And it's the one thing that I found that helped me was I always encourage my kids, no matter what it is. We talk
Yeah.
about, I told them I'm Ted Lasso, right? So when we're coaching, when I'm coaching, I'm constantly doing it. And after the game, we beat soccer. And as we was walking off the field, they took my 2 best players and moved them up. And so the kids go, huh, we won without Alexis and we won without Jose. And they was excited because their confidence grew. And
Yeah,
I think that's the approach that when you kind of get to with DeSoto is when it goes bad, it goes really bad. Like
yeah,
there's no shifting where you could say, okay, we can get through this. Like it goes really, really bad. And I think a lot of that too is that they're not accustomed to losing. And then on top of not being accustomed to losing, they are very shallow in the way that they think.
yeah,
Our kids are going to make mistakes. Our coaches are going to make mistakes. I'm never going to blame a kid for a loss because at the end of the day, what did I do as a coach to prepare my kid to perform at his best? If we're going to talk about somebody, talk about us. We're grown men. Talk about us. That's fine. we decide to get in this job, we decide to get into the public area. Like, that's your job as a parent. You can do that. But the problem is a lot of times these parents go and say the same things to these kids. So when these kids come back, they saying the same thing to the coaches. You see what I'm saying? And now not only are they saying the same thing to the coaches, they in these chats saying the same thing to each other.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then now we point fingers at each other. So now we're imploding. If you look at DeSoto in the last few years, I mean, it's the most games they lost in the whole year.
Yeah.
And I think the part that really sucks, that makes it even worse, is how they lost that last game. Because that was a combination of the whole season. Because it wasn't right. It wasn't right. It wasn't right even in the off season. It didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. You guys have been playing at such a high level and playing such amazing complementary football over the course of these years, and y'all have established an identity of power, of some finesse, but more power, aggression. Y'all coined the phrase roguish, right? Like, that didn't seem to be that way. And I think at the end of the year, when the way they came out, the way they played, all that stuff was a combination. So now I got to ask you, since you're here, did Boobie have his shirt off?
Huh?
Did Boobie have his shirt off?
Him and Tiger wasn't in the crowd.
I didn't ask you that. Did he have his shirt off?
Yeah, he had his shirt off, but they wasn't in that giddy sexy shit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, this what Boobie was right here. This what he was.
No. That's No, that wasn't no tunnel.
But I like that. But I like that, man. I was intending to play that earlier, but I like the way y'all do that before the game, man.
I like that.
Every game since he started playing, man. That's before the game. You don't go on the field. You don't go on the field without giving them thanks, man.
Yeah,
man. Listen, I love y'all relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know he that 15-year-old. He bucking back now. I have to choke him sometime, but you know what folks don't understand about him, man. He one of the most respectful kids, and a straight A student at that.
Yeah, he's a dope kid, man, for sure.
Yeah. I started filming that last year. I didn't even know I was filming. I was like, Lee, keep praying, because I almost didn't capture that shot. So you know, you had your long prayer on that day, so appreciate
it. Magnus didn't even holler, "Come on, get on the field." But he done learned not to holler at me while we doing that too. So he done realized, man, he ain't going on the field without.
Can't argue. You got Jesus on the main line. You can't argue with him.
One thing that what people don't understand, man, with my son, every move that I've made with him, I prayed about it before I moved it. And just so happened it's been the right move. You know, there was a lot of people hollering, man, he need to go to FBU. You want him to get offers, he need to go to FBU. Nah, we end up doing training camps and he end up embarrassing seniors at the camps, you know, and getting offers early, you know. It's like every move somebody else, oh man, you should do it this way. Man, I pray about it, we move a certain way, and it worked.
It ain't for everybody, Lee.
Yeah. You
hey,
know, we stay in our own lane, man.
Grade wise, I'm pretty sure he's knocking it out the box. He seems like that type of kid that you're gonna be on to make sure he's getting straight A's and all that type of stuff. And you got to run lefts if you get 1B. But
well, he won't go on the field if he get a C.
Yeah, understood.
They already understand. He won't. They don't have to pull him out the field. He don't go on the field if he get a C.
Let me ask you this: is he in any pre-college courses or anything like that? I know that had that program.
He's done some pre-college courses, but like for instance, when he came into this year, he only needed a half a credit to be classified as a junior when he came into the actual school year.
Okay,
So
cool.
right now he's classified as a junior.
Okay, and that's where I
Okay.
was going with this. So looking at opportunity, is there opportunity that he graduates early and actually goes to college and enrolls in college and don't play a senior year?
No, he gonna play his senior year. He gonna play his senior year, but it may be. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what I'll answer it like that. We'll see what happens. But he's
Yeah.
gonna play his senior. He's gonna play his senior year.
Okay, yeah, my guy in Texas, you know, he did that. So I'm wondering who's going to be the next person to step out on faith and do that, especially when he's been a 3-year, is about to be a 3-year starter in high school as a freshman, sophomore, junior. You know, how much more football training do you need in high school? You know, and I'm just throwing that out. And Coach Math is probably looking at me mean mugging right now, slamming that visor. So,
Any plans that we have, man, I'll just say Mathis and Sweeney are up on. And at the end of the day, I also, man, want to give a shout out to both Sweeney and D-Rob, man. Hell, I mean, those two have been a life changer. Like even with Sweeney was my oldest son coach at DeSoto. So dealing with Boobie, man, it's been different. You know, some things that I'm not able to get across as a parent, you know, he'll get across. So
that a fan right
there.
Yeah.
So and then with D-Rob, man, I mean, hell, just the other day, the kid was training with Isaiah Bonds and Kyron Lacey, man. So, you know, they get a different opportunity. He trained with Jamar Chase when he came. So they get a different chance to really see how a pro's supposed to be a pro.
Oh yeah. And tell Rabonda, listen to me. Don't worry about how much I know. The only thing you need to worry about is how many wins I got and how many losses I got. And I'm undefeated. That's the only thing you need to worry about, Rabonda. And listen, we can't say the same for Samuel. Just gonna leave it like that. Or City Hill. She needs to sit this all the way out.
No doubt. And actually, somebody just put in the comments, Ray Guillory did it at Alito. So that's the other name I was trying to remember. But yeah, Ray, this seems to be a Texas thing. We had a quarterback we just ran out of University of Texas, that Racine Guillory, and I feel like there's gonna be a couple of more guys that's doing it big time as sophomores and juniors that may take that step. I don't even know how you do that. Yeah, do you even graduate? You just go to college, straight to college, diploma. I don't even know how that works. But
well, no, I mean, you graduate and that next year you straight to school.
So think about it, Pat. So I guess my senior year, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people. Remember when we was in school, we could go to summer school to get ahead. You know what I mean? Now they got to go to summer school to get caught up. So my senior year, so now my senior year, I mean, I took like I interned at Galloway and Heron Real Estate. I worked in the council's office. I ain't had no real class. Wow. You know what I mean? But we wasn't leaving early like that. Like that wasn't a thing back then. So I think now you have so many opportunities, online courses you could take. There are a lot of things that you could do to speed that process up. And let's be honest, man. This is a multi-billion dollar business now. With NILs and kids, like you got to get on campus early if you want to play. And I was just talking to this about personally, and we can talk about this and you just tell what your thoughts on this is we was talking about recruiting. And I was saying that recruiting has changed so much, but it's the pool of high school kids has shrunk. Right? So your 4 and 5 star kids, they're going to be your power 4 kids. They're the
Yeah,
ones that's going to get those bigger offers.
Right.
Your
correct.
your 3-star kids are now FCS, maybe Division 2 kids
Correct.
Yeah,
because of right. So now that you literally got to put yourself in the best position possible to be successful moving forward because the landscape has changed. What is wrong with you? Do you got Tourette's?
He got to be losing on that game, man.
That price.
J Mac over there crashing out over Texas.
Stayed his
But
ass
yeah,
in Lake Highlands. He probably would have made the goddamn shot. He just fucked up all goddamn night.
Who are you talking about? What are you watching?
Well, since I wasn't able to be a part of the interview. I've been watching Texas Ole Miss basketball.
Oh, I'm sorry, J man. Go ahead, man. You got it.
Hey man, I forgot everything I was saying. I'm pissed off now because goddamn Trey Johnson. It don't look like the Trey Johnson that won state. I know that. God damn.
No.
Hey, Lee.
Bullshit.
You know what, Lee?
yeah,
How you feel about does your son run track?
yeah. He runs track.
Okay. I didn't know that. I asked.
Yeah, he runs track. I mean, hell, in 7th grade he was running 11-1. 11-1,
Hey, Lee,
11-2.
I'm gonna have to put this picture up of you until you turn your phone back sideways.
It was turned sideways.
Let me see. We got you right. All right. We there we go.
There we go, man. But yeah, he runs track, man. He'll 4.40 kid. But yeah, he runs track. He's gonna be playing some 7-on-7. That's and you know I be listening. A lot of times folks say, man, 7-on-7 don't matter and this and that. Well, in this NIL time, you might want to get into 7-on-7 if you're a receiver, quarterback, or DB. Because 247s, the on-3s, the rivals, they be out there. And many times, especially if it's on OT7, OT7 has made it where it can affect your star. It can help you gain that star, or it can have you, to lose a star, depending on how you playing. Not to mention you got your camps or whatever. That's why I laugh at people. Oh man, stars don't matter. Man, stars about to get my kid paid. What are you talking about? Stars don't matter. You can say stars don't matter all you want to, man. At the end of the day, stars do matter. Now, do I feel like some of them are kind of iffy? Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, hell, that was a receiver that's going to Texas right now. If you look at the write-up at the 5-star camp, my son hadn't even been ranked yet, but he went down there and beat him out. So it's stars matter. I think people get up for you when you got stars, though. If you're a 5-star receiver, that's why they were so hype over at North Crowley when they played DeCorian. DeCorian, look, I'm glad the kid had the season over at North Crowley. Hell of a receiver. But for them to say, oh, he's better than DeCorian, no, DeCorian been consistent with that thing. That kid been consistent with that thing every year and been playing since he was a freshman. So he's better. No, man, don't give me that 1 year. He did great. He did his job. Then you have those who will say, man, why he should be a 5-star. No, man, they do those in cycles. He wasn't a 5-star or even a 4-star at the time because last year he was a backup quarterback. So if he was a backup quarterback, how in the world he gonna be ranked as a 4-star mid-season when in all actuality they do it in cycles? See, people say anything, you know, but they don't understand. If they're not understanding, they're not looking to understand. Oh, my kid should be a 5-star or 4-star. Well, your kid don't have the intangibles or the weight or the height. They're looking at what he may look like going forward, plus what he's doing right now. It's not just based on what's going on right now. We live in the now, but they're looking at, okay, well, it's an NFL projection that they give them those stars on. You know, I remember Carl having a conversation last year with somebody, and folks were getting upset. Why are you getting upset? He told you exactly what you. And I guess people don't like to hear the truth. People don't like to hear the truth. Those stars matter, man, but you got to do the work to get the stars.
Let me ask you this. No, you definitely right. I agree with you 100%. But I guess what some people were saying, but no, but he's not. I believe more to be receiver in the state, in the nation. But let's say I guess they were saying that the 5-star may not mean much once they get on campus and actually start practicing and playing. Because it's not. It's not unrealistic for a 3-star to go to a power 4 and just shine over a kid that's a 4-star or 5-star.
No, it's that's realistic, but I think what people fail to realize, it don't happen as often as they say it happened. It's just that when it does happen, they magnify it more. They're gonna magnify it because this 3-star or this 2-star, this kid didn't have no stars, so they're gonna magnify it more. But when you look at, okay, you talk about Ohio State. Remember they put up the thing. Ohio State has 12 5-stars. Notre Dame has none. And Notre Dame gonna beat. Come on, man. Come on. Those kids are 5-star for a reason.
Well, it's a couple different things with that though. So one is, if you go look at the NFL, you probably could show me 2, 3, 4, 5 stars or 4 stars playing in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you know why? It's only 32 5-stars handed out each year.
Well, are 4 stars?
Oh, 4-star. No, it's more 4-stars.
But what I'm saying is, you can go look on the NFL roster. Hell, Patrick Mahomes was a 3-star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you go look at rosters, NFL rosters. Very seldom do you see a lot of 4 stars, 5 stars. But you see,
it's a good bit of 4 stars and 3 stars on rosters.
And 2 stars.
That's what
and 2 stars, because those kids are playing with a chip on their shoulder. You know what I'm saying? It's that drive, it's that work ethic, it's the thing that separates the things. Now, B-Raj, here's what's going to happen. If you're a 5-star coming into a program, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. You're going to get the opportunity over any kid that's coming in, particularly a 3-star, because now it's an economic problem. So they have to figure out a way to give you every opportunity to shine. If you don't shine, they can turn on the film and say, he's getting toasted, he's doing this, he's doing that. And they can justify it because that 5-star is going to come with a certain amount of millions.
That's true.
And
that's
they
already
will
in
ask you
tow.
to jump in the portal.
Yes.
They will ask you to leave, ask you to jump in the portal. You know, it's different now. It's completely different now. And he's absolutely right. It's a financial situation. Because we done paid you. Now that we got you here, you got to pay, just like the NFL. I'm a New York Giants fan. They kept on playing Daniel Jones just because of some fact they paid him.
Oh yeah.
They paid him. So they had to play him. They had to play him until they couldn't stand losing no more. And that's the same thing with college. Now they're gonna have to. They're paying them, so it's like, oh hell, we got to get him on the field because we got to get our just due return.
That's why I say if you're a quarterback, You should never, if you're an out-of-state quarterback, so like say you're a kid from Texas and you're going to say Michigan, you should, and Michigan is recruiting a big-time quarterback that's out their home state, and they also recruit you. Don't go to a Michigan because they're going to have to play that kid for economic reasons. He's in their backyard. He's a product of this state. He's going to bring revenue. He's going to bring fans. You're coming all the way from the state of Texas. You are going to have, prime example, Orgy, where is he at? At UNLV now. Underwood just got a what, $30 million contract? Whatever he got to go to Michigan. So this game is different now, man. And I just think that 7-on-7 and things like that are more valuable because now you're not only promoting yourself, but you're carrying that brand of whatever university you go to.
Correct.
And unfortunately, in this day and time, this is what you asked for. So you took the amateurism out of sports, and these are things that come with it.
Yeah, and look, and to speak to what Coach Carr said about the 5 stars, we're about to shut it down. You look at that kid that came from Florida, that went to Colorado, that went back to Florida.
McCain.
Yeah. I beg the difference. I see a bunch of kids that do that, man. I think the ones that are 5 stars don't have that chip on their shoulder unless they have a parent like you to keep that chip on their shoulder and stay on their butt. You have a lot of kids when they become 5 stars, boy, they become like spoiled little kids that you gave candy to every night. Yeah, and I think that's an issue. Like Coach Carr said, them 3 stars are hungry. You know, they feel like, hey, if you're a 3 star, you're close enough to a 5 star to feel like, well, damn, they robbed me. I should have been a 5 star.
Yeah.
And they're gonna give it all you got.
It's hard too, right?
Right. But man, I appreciate you stopping by the Dub. We actually talked about doing this type of show like months ago. I know you wanted to come on months ago, but this was the right time to do that. And I appreciate you coming by and doing your things. Any parting shots and predictions for next year?
No, man, I ain't gonna cast no predictions, man. Hey, I'm just ready for my boys to play ball, man. That's it. I'm a football druggie. So when it's not around, I'm fiending right now. So if 707 the closest thing I got, man, hey, I go and cheer it on.
Oh, and Lee, that trip to Cali, that trip to Florida is all expense paid. To start FYI.
Oh man, appreciate it.
Hey, matter of fact, Lee, since Coach Carr is doing you favors, when y'all go on the LSU visit, just I'm from Louisiana anyway, just let your boy ride in the back seat, man, and I'll do some Dub stuff behind the scenes. Just follow y'all around.
Hey, we actually scheduled to go there 4 times, man.
Okay, so yeah, I need to be on one of them trips.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna roll the barbecue smoker behind the car, so we're gonna be kick it.
All right, cool.
Nature Man stopping by episode 117. Blessings to you and your family and to El Boobie. Hey, 13 touchdowns, bro. That's a great season. But next year, tell him we need 20.
He will.
Appreciate you, man.
That's the plan. Y'all
yes, sir.
Blessed, all right.
All right, fellas. Episode 117 is in the books. Y'all got anything before we get out of here?
God bless, man.
I got one thing. I got one thing. We like the hot boys. Sundays, y'all. I'm gonna start. We talked about it, man. I'm gonna start doing a Sunday show too. Take J-Man probably once a month. So we can see how it's gonna go, y'all. So hey, B-Rod try to step it up. So we'll see
I love it, man, because you stepped it up tonight, boy. You done made J-Mac lead the show. You took all his questions. I love it. Hey, you did your thing, man. I appreciate it. Great.
Look out for that. And Willow, you better be on our Willow. We gonna start like in March, so you better be.
You said Todd gonna be there.
No Todd gonna be here, so we're gonna see how it works out. So that's all I got.
Yeah. Hey, Coach Carr. You're not gonna be able to do that. Did you say you was gonna do the Dove hang? If not, I need to get with you. I need them old Cliff shirts bad, boy. I'm feeling for
Yeah, I
them
need
old
one too.
shirts.
I need to buy
Yeah.
some too.
Hey, B. Raj, you got like Pop said, you got to coordinate.
Well, look at him, like a player.
Bang, 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 bang.
I sell, I share, I bag, I seal, I swag, that Gucci, that look, for real, it nuts, and my romance, it is, the thing, under, this Louis, it kills, I sell, I bag, I seal, I swag, that look, for real, it nuts, romance, it is, the thing, this Louis, it kills. So high up off this dope, I need a parachute. It's filled with residue. I got my dogs with me, and I'll let them loose. Tell the cops lies, cause I can't tell the truth. I'm rocking Louis sandals, my son got on Louis Pampers.